family? Look, it looks good. In the city of Pomona right now. You guys know Pomona? You know, I'm in the Pomona. You know, I'm always over here. What's up, man? NFL is here, right? Let's talk about it. You know, some football, man. So I've been seeing some good games are in it, and everybody told you guys the Rams will be in it. Oh man, the Rams are in it. Hold on, you gotta be going so fast. We're right here, just kicking it, doing a little yard work, just chilling. What's up, people? Hello, Keith. Good, huh? It looks good right now. Yeah, right here. Make sure you jump in, hit that like button. Up here with homie Big D to evaluate. Right. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Right here, we're doing the yard. Like I said, here with my family. We got Love and Grace here. She's chilling. I'm at the Nana's house, you know, with my auntie. She's been around for a long time. Right here, hearing some right and wrongs, you know. But we're just doing our thing, you know, handling business. So tonight, who plays tonight? It's the Steelers. Had to tell the primo, you know. It's the Steelers, and that's a good one. That's a good one, y'all. But you know, Big D ain't going for no Steelers. You know, I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan. You know, I'm not a Steelers fan. You know, same division. But hey, shout out to you Steelers fans. You know, you guys made it, man. If you made the playoffs, you know that's cool, man. Salute to that. But we're just right here, just kicking back, man. In town, P-Town, just kicking back, doing our thing. You know, just chilling right here with the family, just getting some respect, just saying what's up. You know. It's a beautiful day today, man. It's a nice day to do the yard. Have a yard sale. You know, Auntie's having a yard sale. So if you're in San Antonio and Lincoln, you're in P-Town, what's up? My Raiders winning Super Bowl. Keisha, you know. Shout out to the Raiders, man. I got Bubba's right here. He's a Raiders fan. Start talking about Raiders, you know, right here. They're going to jump on you. You know, I got a cousin that's a Raiders fan. I have a cousin that's a Chargers fan. You know, it's Raiders and Chargers on. But we're just right here, just kicking back, man. Just getting that win, getting that sun, getting that family time. You know, make sure you guys are out there getting your family time. You know, I'm clowning. Oh man, you know the Raider fans around here. Be careful, be careful. You know the Raider fans are serious about things. But yeah, you clowning. It's funny. That was funny though. And it says, Daniel Berry Sports says, happy Monday, hey everyone. We're just right here. What's up? Happy Daniel. What's up, Daniel, my guy? Daniel Berry Sports says, hi Keisha, but dang mad at them. Don't be mad at them, you know? You can't be angry, man. We don't have time to be mad. We have time to be happy. Being mad don't get you nowhere. You know, the Raiders will have a good draft pick, you know. You guys have to have a good draft pick. Right here, look at that clear day. You know, my cousin lives in Pomona. Look at that. Right across the street from the school. Right here in San Antonio, people. You guys know me. You guys see me. I don't have to light a kick. You guys know that I'm always over here, right? You guys see me in the rain days, you know, in the back, in the garage. You know, I'm always over here, you know. Our family stay together, you know. We do things. I'll probably be here for the Super Bowl. Yes, you know, I think my cousin will throw a Super Bowl event. You know, I think the Rams are going to make it, man. Let me tell you, man, NFL's, you know, the playoffs are here, man. If you saw this weekend, you know, the playoffs are here, man. The other day, who was winning? And they came back. I thought the other team was going to win. And the other team, the Bears came back and they won. I couldn't believe that. I missed the whole second half, you know. That's the day I was live and then I left. You guys remember that? You never know. It ain't over till it's over, you know. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. That's what it is. But we're just right here, just kicking back, chilling. What are you guys doing? What you guys doing today? This Monday. About time you go live. It's been a minute, you know. I've been busy, you know. I've been working. You know, I had to work. You know, I got to pay the bills, man. You know, it's been a minute since I seen the family. Been out doing my thing. It's been a minute, people. But I'm still here doing my thing. Still doing the thing. It's been a minute. I know my son's a Packers fan. Oh yeah, Packers. They made it, huh? The Packers made it, family. Yeah. Green Bay, keeping it real. Yeah, some of my cousins. I have a cousin that's a Packers fan, big time. You guys seen him the other day. You know, Anthony. He was out there doing his thing. You know, he was chilling. Man, I'm telling you, just to know that the Bears came back, that was a good game right there. We were just chilling back, you know, doing our thing. You know, just watching sports, man. You know, been lazy deep, been sick of a good one. Bad days, important test time, test form tomorrow. All right, you know, good luck. You know, I really don't believe in luck. You know, blessings on your test. You know, just meditate, study. That's what you gotta do. Study. You know, Loving Grace, she loves to educate herself. You know, I like education too, especially at work. Trust me, I have to educate myself. But just educate yourself. That's always you got to stay ready to be ready. You know, so when you go tomorrow and you take your test, you'll be ready. That's all it takes. A little dedication, putting your test first, your results, and do what you got to do. You know. Oh yeah. Positive vibes on it. There you go. That's what it is. You know, go in there with your positive vibes. Don't go in there thinking, oh, this. Don't go with your neglection, because look, it's a negative. You know, things are negative all around you, man. What's happening in this world is negative. But hey, just positive that you have the answer, right? As long as you know you have the answer, that's what positivity comes in. That's right. Yeah. Nothing but blue sky. Look at that. In Pomona, it's beautiful out here. Yes. Beautiful everywhere you go. You can make the best days. Your worst days could be your best days. That's where it is, you know. You just gotta think about it, you know. Just think positive, people. You gotta stay positive, you know. And that's good that you're educating yourself, Keisha. You know, you have a test. That's good that they give you a test so you know what you're doing. You know, you just don't want to be right there and you don't know what you're doing. You know, you gotta know what you're doing. You know, so that's why they take tests. Trust me, I've been in the last couple of days. I've been taking tests myself. You know. They want to make sure you know what you're doing this, you're doing that. But hey, it is what it is. It says, I am no doc, but I think I know what's going on. Gotta let doc know too. Hey, to speak to your doc, you guys know me. You know, put your health first, man. One of the things you could do, you know, besides putting God, put your doctor first, man, because, you know, health is very, very important, man. That's how we get to live, we walk, and we do what you gotta do. You know, that's how babies are born. You know, you gotta go to a doctor to find out, right? You know, you gotta keep your health in shape. You know, if you're pregnant, you do the walking, stay off the drugs and the alcohol, and just keep going. Do what you gotta do. It's all positivity, man. Go see a doctor. Your tooth need, you know, they need checkups. You know, thank God, my wife, you guys already know, Love Grace. She's a hygienist, and she goes and works on teeth. I couldn't do that because it's anything that's bleeding. Like, nah, I already cried, you know, complain about a paper cut, you know. So doing a positive big cut, you know, we do our thing, you know. Gotta patch ourselves up. Sometimes in life we gotta patch yourself. So you're doing wrong, and you turn into it right, you know. It could be a little thing, you know, like little cuts, you know, heal it, fix it, you know, change what you gotta change, do what you gotta do. You know. That's where it's at. You know?
Oh yeah. Texans.
Oh yeah.
Texans,
Steelers and Texans tonight?
Texans.
Wow, yeah, that's the game tonight, people. Like I said, playoffs are here, man. 2026. Where it's happening, man. You can say goodbye to 2025. Hit the like button for that one. Was that coffee?
Yeah.
Let me get a little drink. Sorry, guys. You know, Big D likes to be up in the tweaking status. But hey, if you're going to do something, make sure it's this. Oh, yeah, man. That's made with love right there. Oh, yeah. It tastes delicious.
Vanilla water.
Yeah. So like I said, we're just right here kicking back with the family. I'm right here with my cousin, just chilling. We're just doing our things. You know, we're just, you know, we could do what you got to do, peeps. Keeping it real right here, what we do in P-Town. It's around, 3 o'clock. A couple more hours for the game. Yeah. And we're just chilling, man. Just hanging loose, you know. Just turn your negatives into positive. Don't think about negativity. It's a waste of energy. Think positive, you know. Especially when you're around family, be positive to your family, you know. They could come up, they want to share something. It's good to talk to positive people, you know. You don't want to be negative. You're like, oh, this, all that. You want to bring them the right things. That's it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But go to school, Keisha. Make sure you go to school, right? Study for a good test result. You end up getting 100. You know, you could take a test. Yeah, it's stressful, but study. You gotta study. Study that. You gotta study that. Who remembers that movie? Or the homie, you know, the Escalante movie. They would go to Garfield over here, and they have to take the test again because you know they're Mexicans. You know, don't be hard on yourself. Just go study, and everybody end up doing good. They had to take the test again. That's the way it is sometimes. You know, people don't believe, but it's not what they believe; it's what you believe in. So, no being positive around them. Be courageous. Go out there and study and let them know that you're a hard learner. You know, because a lot of people are judgmental. They'll be like, she's not going to study. They're not going to study. And then when you have a positive score, and then, hey, it is what it is. They're like, wow. That's what I did, you know. Came from the streets. I went to college. Trust me, I took a test a couple times. But I know about school. We all been there. We all done that. We all have taken tests, right? But now let's be the example so we could teach the next generation, the next young ones. Hey, go to school, educate yourself. That's what we got to do. That's all you got to do is educate your people, you know. Take tests. There's nothing wrong with tests, you know, and nothing wrong with study because you want to be the example that you could do it. You know, you want to be that positivity. You never know you're going to be the next president, the next CEO. You know, Big D likes to run things and do things, you know. I'm not into all the small talk, you know. I'm into the big talk. Let's talk about it, right? I think Keisha might teach him a thing or two. There you go. Teach him, Keisha. That's what it is. Because you want them to think, you thought wrong, you know? Like me, you guys know me. I go in and go take a test. Well, I thought the guy with the tattoo on his head was going to fail. No, failure is not proved in my chapters. You know, it's all about success and moving on. I don't believe in failure. You know, move on. You know, you want to be that next role model to the next person. Who's the next person? Could be your homeboy, could be your family member, could be your nephew, your niece, your son. You want to be that role, your grandchildren. You don't want to be negative. You want to know that, hey, he's going to school, he's doing it. Yeah, just like a lot of things. He's not just talking about it. You know, a lot of people talk about it. And then when you got the internet these days, you know, it'll give you the right answer. You got AI. You know, don't be a cheater either. I passed the test because of this. Nah, be that hard work, study. You know, that's the kind of role model you want to be. You don't want to cheating your way out of life. You don't get nowhere. You know, doing the right thing out of life, you get everywhere, right? You don't want to go nowhere. It's like, Tia, you know how to do this? You're like, trust me. My cousin be like, you know, you're one. What's 1 + 1, uncle? You want to be, you want to be thinking. You want to tell them, hey, 1 + 1. You know, put them together. It's 2, right? That's what you want to do. That AI is weird stuff. It is weird stuff, you know. That's why you can't rely on that. You know, I tell my people, don't rely on that. You know, everybody says AI is here. You know, it's a lot of false narrative. You know, you can't trust something that you don't know. You know, I don't know that. That's the way relationships are, right? You get into a relationship because you know somebody. You don't get related. Well, I don't know him. And then, how do you know? AI. No. AI is a bunch of bull crap. You know, go what you know. You know, for what you know is always the right way. What you know, what you put yourself through. You know. For that person could say, oh, he was like that, or she was like that since the beginning. Yes, it was like that. Ain't nothing fake about it. You guys know right here, you keep it real. You know, you guys know me from the thing. You guys want to work out, go back to my old videos. You see Big D working. You want to see Big D hiking, you know, working out. You see Big D hiking, hey, that's the way it is, you know. I don't go out other people, they hike, they work out, they go do this. No, AI does that. No, I do things on my own. Do things yourself. You know, I changed this. I used to do this. I used to do that. Now I do it the AI way. We don't do it like that. You know, we keep it real. We do it the right way. You know, we don't go on something that's where they probably make AI within a couple of years. You know, and they put it all together. It's not like they've been doing things like that forever. And like, you know, they're going based on what we know. You know, what we know is the corners. You know, the blocks. That's what we know, right? And the families. You know, we just know the corners and the blocks. We keep it real. You know, that's why people are like, AI can't make it like, oh, you know, it should be like the 90s. AI can't make the way the 90s were. Only we're resemblance. You want to know the 90s? Let's talk about it. You know, I lived through it, you know. Let's talk about all day. And the 90s ain't the way they used to be back in the days. They ain't the way the days are now, you know. No, but everyone wants to, oh, well, it was like this in the 90s. It was like this. Hello. You know, like, hey, it's a different time now. You know, look at you got AI now. You know, you cut your grass different. You know, you could cut your grass. The guy from the other day could do a better job than the other guy. You know, because he might have learned something, but no. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. You know, it's your homie Big D. Welcome back. You know, shout out to all your subscribers who are on here who keep it real. That's what we do. We just keep it real. We don't know how to be fake. You know, if you're somebody that's fake, you don't belong right here. This coffee is good. You're keeping it real on this one. Big D, you drink coffee? That's what it is. Nothing but coffee, right? Coffee creamer. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. So the lurkers can talk all they want. Sure enough, Magnorite says, this is your primo Richard. What's up, Richard? What's up, primo? Shout out to my cousin Richard. He's been on my live a lot. I posted some videos because he posts some good stuff. So shout out to you, primo, right here at the family's house and Nana's house. We're keeping it real. You know where we're at Chile's house, Johnny's house. Right here with Cuzzo. He's getting to work. Cuzzo right here. We're just chilling, waiting for the game. Watch a good game today. You know, the playoffs are here. We're just hanging loose. That's all. Just putting ourselves to work. Ain't nothing to do. That's wrong, man. There's always something to do. There's always something to do. You say, oh, ain't nothing to do. Like, there's always something to do. Trust me, right? But shout out to everybody out there, man, doing their thing. You know, shout out to the Bengals. You keep it real. But right here in Pomona, we're on Lincoln and San Antonio. We're just doing our thing, people. You know, having some, you know, the wifey's right here with my tia. She's having coffee and bread. All right, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny Chingas, primo. Or Chile's house. We're at Chile's house. Just catching up. We're just catching up right now. Just waiting for the game. Just hanging out. Doing our thing. Keeping it real out here. That's all we're doing. Seeing what's up with the subscribers. There's 4,000 of you all. You know, so hey, we're just right here, just keeping, you know, a nice, beautiful day. It's always a beautiful day when you're hanging with the cousin. Thanks for all you subscribers, man. Shout out to all you, shout out to everybody, man. You know, if you're having a tough time, hey, make your tough days the light days, you know. Everybody starts off with tough. There's always gonna be tough times in our lives, you know. Make them positive. You know, don't keep it like that. You have to take a test. You know, don't look at it negative. You know, look at it positive. You know, you pass the test. Says on Snake Pile. Says, what up, G? What's up, Mio? How you doing, Mio? All right. Says, thank you, Keisha. Says my cousin, Keisha. What's up? Yeah, cousin Ricky. Our cousin, our cousin Ricky. Give a shout out. Say Kibo. Yeah, say what's up. All right, people, I'm gonna pass it to my cousin. Hey, he keeps it real, you know, he's right here. So he's gonna give you guys a shout out. So you guys say what's up, all right? This is my cousin right here. He knows what's up. When I was being the bad example, he was right there being the young one. He saw me, he could tell you stories, man. But hey, this man is firecracker right here. He's a boxer, professional. He could box, man. Homeboy could fight. And that's my younger cousin. Beat you up.
Shout out to Big D, keeping it real. Right here posted. Go Rams, baby.
It's my cousin right there, yeah. Shout out. You know, he's just right here just keeping, hello, cousin. Everybody's all, hello, cousin.
What up, fam?
What up, fam back? You guys gotta understand, man. I love my family. I love my cousins. You know, we're here for, he loves me. We're here for each other, you know. We get to talk things over, do things, you know. We don't be too hard, you know. If you guys are going through hard stuff, the hardship, that's why we're family. You share, right? Just like you go to church, you know, you talk to your brothers and sisters, you share. Where, you know, you wait, you fellowship, you know, you wait for the next game. You know, you be useful. You see him out here, he's cutting the grass, you know. I'm just watching. I'm just watching. I'm helping out. How are you helping out? Just looking. You know, being that role model.
Motivation.
Hi, Keisha. You want me to go in there and wake up Bubba? Let's go Raiders. You don't want to wake up Tomahawk, you know, because Tomahawk's in a deep sleep. Yeah, that's why Tomahawk, he works late. Even though it could be 3 or 4 or 5 in the afternoon, homeboy works late. You know, some of us work that night shift. You know, says one thing that made me smile. It says right here in your question, what's the one thing that makes you smile today? Well, that's easy, you know. For me, is see my family. You know, I haven't seen my cousin in a long time, so see him right here at my other cousin's house cutting the grass. That made me smile. You know, or visiting families makes me smile. What's the one thing that made you smile today? Just think of it like that. Don't think anything could be rough or, you know, not smiling. Why you want to do that? Keep yourself just to know that you're alive. You know, it will keep a big smile in your face. You know, so it keeps a big smile on my face, knowing that you're not in jail. It keeps a smile on my face. What, Big D? Yeah, I used to mess around with that. Or, you know, a lot of us could. You know, it's just alive. Keeping yourself alive is one big thing. And like I'll put it right here. Put it right here, people. Staying alive. They even have a song like that, staying alive. Staying alive. What? Oh, here comes the warden, people.
The warden.
Here comes the big cousin.
Here comes the warden. The warden.